everything's turned on. Lovely. Good afternoon. I apologize for you guys possibly being able to hear my dad banging around on the roof. He's putting on shingles. And my cat likes to think he's starving to death. He is not. But he likes to act like he is. A couple times a day as of late. When his bowl is half full. Little pest. Hello, Nightmare. Let's see. Okay, Pikachu. Oh. I don't know what I just ran into there. Okay, good. I got the Weedle. Hopefully today I get lucky and can get this shiny and I don't get another shiny Pidgey. Or catch another Pidgey by accident. I should be so lucky. Excuse me, I did not encounter you on purpose. Okay, there's Pikachu, there's a Bulbasaur, there's another Weedle. And so I mentioned yesterday that my friend introduced me to Photoshop. And I was messing around in it yesterday, just trying to do a little logo or something, and I wanted to curve letters around a circle, and I could not, even watching like 3 different tutorials, I could not get my letters to curve. It's like, Send my friend a message, it's like, I hate this. Like, I feel like I've been thrown into the deep end of the ocean and left to drown. And she just laughed at me. Which is fair. Like, shut up! I've been working in MS Paint for the past 5 years. The last time I even came close to anything that was close to Photoshop was GIMP. I'll figure it out. It'll just take me some time. It's gotten to the point that for background music I just pick a random playlist, or well, a random video, and they're like the 3-hour aesthetic ones. Or I think in this case the one I have on is like 11 hours. I don't know if anything new popped up. It sounded like a Metapod. It's like I got something stuck in my teeth. But I got laughed at last night. It's like, I hate this, it sucks. And one of my other friends is like, yeah, Photoshop's not very user friendly. And it kind of isn't. And like every other art app now seems to be stylized after it. Guys, MS Paint might be the next second best thing to the worst option, but it's like, at least I can freaking resize images in it. And it doesn't take me 5 minutes and 2 tutorials to figure out how to do it. Once I get the hang of it, hopefully, I am considering remaking my YouTube banner and stuff. Cause I'm not gonna lie, the YouTube banner was just kind of slapped together. I was... Oh! I didn't have milkshake on the thing. But, at this point in time, I was supposed to have more of my little colored milk tank finished. I need to check, Glad Hand's thing and see if they're taking commissions again yet. And the other person I commissioned for them just never got back to me. Like, I didn't send them money or anything yet, because they're also a friend, but it's like, oh, I can do these. They'll take me maybe a week to do 3 or 4 of them. I can get most of them finished, and just never heard back from them. I need to poke them and ask and be like, hey, are you still doing this? I commissioned them for these in like November? I don't know if you're gonna hear my dad up there beating and banging. He's okay, I promise. He just finally migrated to this end of the house. Dust up above my mat. I hate it. Need all my people who used to pop in and say hi to come back. I miss them. I am curious to see what our next raid's gonna be, because we should get that Sunday or Monday, I think. Well, it's not shiny, but it is at least another Weedle. Really? Johnstone started his Manaphy hunt earlier. I wish him the best of luck. That is probably a full odds hunt in an older game, which means it's like 1 in 8,000? Something like that. It's a lot. Neither of them are sparkly. There we go, much better. I've been really tempted to just, like, unironically start doing a countdown till Pokemon Day. "50-something days left." Is this the 27th? I'd have to be able to look at a calendar to do it, though. Just so I could get my days correct. Every day is another day closer, though. Gives us something to look forward to, I guess. Oh, whoops. Let's see. Neither of them are shiny. There we go. It's actually been kind of a nice day so far. I cleaned out our fridge earlier and found half a dozen containers with food. Dad laughs. Every time you clean out our fridge, it looks empty. It's like, that's because it is. We do fairly good at keeping leftovers out, but on occasion it just kind of falls by the wayside. He had a big old bowl of beans in there from last Saturday. Then I go dump them out on the hill so the birds and stuff can eat them. Gotta feed the critters. Oh! Well, he popped up right under my feet, didn't he? Yeah, that was my flub. I need to see if I can, play Pokemon Pocket yet. Last time I tried, my game goes glitchy whenever I try to open up a pack. Just the visuals. They've probably had an update since last time I played. I'm still super offended my tablet can't play it. This tablet's too old. It's like, what? If you're a Pokemon game, you're not that sophisticated. You're not 4K HD or something. But no, the app told my tablet no. Another Weedle. I still can't believe I caught that dumb Pidgey yesterday. Oh my god. What a way to break a chain. It was revenge for the shiny Pidgey I ignored, probably. Just keep it up. Oh, nice. Sometimes they don't catch when the ring is that big. Dog's all stretched out across the bed, snoring. She had an exciting time last night. You know, I let her outside about 11 o'clock to go potty and stuff because I wanted to go to bed, and she decided she needed to spend an extra hour outside barking. Does that thing where she stops, so I go to the front door to let her in, and she looks at me and turns around and runs off across the yard, and it's like, dog, like, Stella, I'd like to go to bed before 1 o'clock today. I'm fairly night owlish anyway, so it doesn't bother me that much, but it's one of those things. It's like every time I want to go to bed early, you want to stay out late and bark. Okay, one Kakuna despawns and another spawns in. Let's get rid of the bird. Okay. No, I guess this still gets rid of the bird. Bye, Pidgey. Really? Get rid of one bird just to get another bird. There we go. There's me worm. I did that thing last night where it's like, what do you want for dinner? Oh, I don't care, whatever you want. And it's like, I don't care is not an option. Like, what's something we haven't had in a while that sounds good? He's like, oh, how about ribs? It's like, okay, that's fine. That's all you have to do was answer me. Like, if we go to a store, you'd almost never get out of the truck. I was like, you gotta let me know what to get so we can eat tonight. So funny though, because he's been watching those like short soap opera video things, and he subscribed to the app for a month so you know he could watch as many of them as he wanted and actually finish them. And he finished like the last one in English yesterday. He wanted to watch, so he's watching all the ones in like Japanese and Chinese and stuff now. And just reading the subtitles on his phone, and it's like, oh, you're reading. Like, it's just subtitles. Like, you think I don't do the same thing? Half the anime I watch are all in Japanese. Love it when you find out one of them is has finally been dubbed in English, and you go to watch it, and it's like, no, this sounds wrong. I think my first anime dubbed wise was Naruto Shippuden. Because I'd watched like the biggest majority of it in Japanese. And then when they finally got the English up on YouTube or Crunchyroll or something, it's like, no. Like, no, I'll just stick to subtitles, please and thank you. Started doing that with Pokemon too. Had nothing wrong with the English voice actors in Pokemon. I mean, they kept Ash Ketchum's voice actress for like forever, along with the dude who reads the outro cards. But even with that, it was like, you know what, it's like they have more of these episodes in Japanese than they do in English. I'm just gonna watch them in Japanese. Got to meet the guy who voiced, was it Seto Kaiba? I want to say it was Seto Kaiba. I want to say he voices Brock too, but I can't remember 100%. I think it was a guy who was Seto Kaiba though, because he was kind of snooty. And it's like, yeah, I can see art imitating real life here a little bit. I want to say I got his autograph, but I can't remember if I did or not. Had a friend who, well, no, I can say it was Mama Blueberry. She, when Homestuck was a big thing, we went to, that is like the third time I've done that today. We went to Florida for a convention for, MetroCon? And they had the, dude who played Rufio there in, the Hook movie. And she got to go see him, and she had a Build-A-Bear that she based off of Dave from Homestuck, and he signed its shirt. She tossed him in the washer probably a month or two ago, maybe 3. And like, what are you gonna do if the signature washes out of his shirt? She's like, oh well. Like, honey. It is kind of fun getting to meet voice actors and stuff at conventions, though. I'd love to be able to go to, like, PAX East or something eventually. Get the chance to meet a bunch of other streamers. Don't need the Pidgey. The last convention I went to was in Alabama? It was Hemicon. God, probably almost 10 or so years now, honestly. And I was not aware I was going to this convention. I literally got a phone call from Mama's mom. She's like, "Hey, you're going with my daughter to this convention, aren't you?" It's like, "What convention?" It's like, this one up in Alabama. It's like, no. She's like, "Are you sure?" It's like, maybe. But it turned out that it was being held like 20 minutes away from where my older sister lived, so I did end up going and spending a month or so there visiting them. So that was fun. That is where I got my big Chespin plush. That was not long after Gen 6 came out. Well, it was a year and a half or so, I think, after Gen 6 came out. It was not the year of... No, was it the year of? Yeah. Well, it was the next year because, it came out in October, I think. Because I got my 2DS that January. Yeah, and it was that following summer. So, yeah. It was fun. Oh, so many Weedle. Oh. I say that and not a single... Oh, there we go. I was going to say not a single Weedle spawns in after, but... I feel like I could pop my back if I tried. Oh, probably not. Twisting the other way doesn't quite work in a spinny chair. I'll do it later when I sit down on like the couch or something, or sit down and go to the bathroom to go pee and my back will pop. I heard you over there, but I don't want you over there. I want one over here. Go ahead and clear out this Kakuna. There we go. Here's another Weedle. One off in the count. Not shiny, but maybe soon. Of course, I'm only up in the 80s. I don't figure if I get a shiny, I'll get it up until like around 200. Hopefully it will be a shiny Weedle, because I don't need a Kakuna or a Pidgey or a Caterpie or any of the others. The only thing I need here is a Weedle. I was still a little surprised to get that full odds Kakuna yesterday when I was building up the chain again for stream. Oh, excuse me. I didn't see it, 'cause it was hiding behind the tree. Okay, neither of them fella's shiny, so it's not gonna matter. Stella, if I could sleep that good all the time, I would never be awake. Nothing makes me more sleep. Okay, rainy days make me sleepy, but I swear sometimes it seems like nothing makes me more sleepy than just... Oh. Just sitting here listening to my dog snore. I didn't realize I was ready to throw the Pokeball. Good lord. Hear Dad up there tap, 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 tapping his hammer. Okay, I can't really complain about that. The one despawned, but we got a new spawn in right away immediately. Excuse me. I hate being yawny like that, but it just kind of happens. You know, the funny thing is, I quit a little early yesterday because I was hungry. Like I said, that's the main reason I stopped. I was hungry. I was going to get me something to eat. You know, nothing huge, more just an afternoon snack. So I quit stream and I shut all my OBS and everything off and down, turn off my camera, get up, walk into the living room. Oh good, you're finished! Huh? yeah, put your shoes on. Let's go to the store. And it's like, but I want to eat something first. It's like, come on, let's go to the store. It's like, alright, fine, go to the store. I never did get my snack. Well, I did, but it took like 45 minutes before I could get my snack. Like, I just wanted a snack. Because we ended up going to the store. Okay. Necessary evil, we were going anyways. I get home. And I put my shoes on and left the house. So Stella's mad at me because we didn't go on a WALK. Alright, that's fair. So I grab her leash and my phone and all that good stuff. And off we go on our walk. Dad's rubbing down ribs while we do that. And get home. And like, well, we're gonna end up starting dinner in about 2 hours. So, you know, the snack I was considering having, there's no reason in doing. And like, okay, so I just ate a couple of cookies instead. Dad comes in at some point later. Goes, hey, we got about 30-40 minutes till the ribs are done. It's like, okay, I'll be in there in a minute. Start cutting up potatoes for fries. And it wasn't 30-40 minutes. I barely even finished chopping up potatoes for fries, and he walks in with the ribs. It's like, this is not half an hour. This is like 15 minutes. You lie. They were still really good ribs, though. That does really awesome when he's not over flavoring food a little bit. He doesn't do it often, but sometimes he just uses a bit too many seasonings. Hi, James. How's Stardew Valley going for you? You're not the worm I need. This is the worm I need. Kind of. He's the wrong color, but he's the right Pokemon. If you've made it to level 80 of the mines, that's where you start getting gold. But also sometimes you just hit a streak of bad luck days where not a lot of gold spawns in. So that happens sometimes too. It won't last. You'll hit a day where you'll find like a ton of it. Sometimes it takes a bit. Oh, there we go. Trust me, I know that feeling. I've had my streak of bad luck days on Stardew. sparkly worm yet. I did end up counting how many shinies I needed yesterday. I gotta sneeze. Okay, apparently I don't have a sneeze. I need 30 shinies from Gen 1, not counting Mew. Because I live in the worst area ever for Pokemon Go. No, sadly there isn't crossplay between them. I know some games I think there are, but Stardew Valley there is not. It is console exclusive. Which, considering the dude who makes Stardew Valley is literally doing this by himself, that's kind of fair. I got lucky enough when I first started playing that, I don't remember if my friend already had it on her Switch or if I was like, hey, it's on sale, get it and we can play together. So I had someone to play with at least a little bit. It is very impressive. And I think it's funny that he's told anybody who wants a to make a Stardew Valley movie that the only people he would let touch it would be Studio Ghibli. Which is absolutely fair. Oh. But no, Concerned Ape seems like he'd be a nice dude. Really? There we go, much better. I would love though if we could mod Stardew Valley on the Switch and stuff. Okay, it's a Caterpie. No, that is just the randomizer placement. At least not as far as I know. Sometimes you can go in the mine and get a ladder right away, and sometimes you hit a spiral room and it's right in the freaking center of it and it takes you 5 minutes to get to it. That's just kind of random luck, and probably it has something more to do with your game seed than luck. But you never know. Pidgey, go away. Or that could also be completely and totally wrong, and luck does play a part in it, but I'm not certain. I've never actually crossed my mind that it might, so I've never looked into it myself. support me, boys. Won't one of you be yellow? Whew. Having one of those days where if someone could put me in one of those machines that's supposed to like stretch you out, I'd let them. Need someone to crack me like a glow stick. Oh, it's the Oddish. Okay, I couldn't figure out why he was looking so weird there for a moment. Like this Weedle has a growth. No, it just had an Oddish. Okay, neither of these guys are shiny. Oh, so are you guys getting any of the cold weather that's supposed to hit like next week? Like the cold weather? Hello, my Lodic. Because I know we're supposed to get a polar vortex like here in the US, so it's going to drive temperatures down. But I do not generally keep up with, you know, the rest of the world. Just because I have no real reason to, other than just curiosity. Hi, Butterfree. Don't exactly need you, but you're welcome either way. Yeah, Dad's gonna start getting ready for it tomorrow, I think, which we don't really have a ton to do other than like filling up a couple of tanks for our 5-burner stove, and the corner of one of our doors needs a little touching up. But it's so funny though looking at the weather, because it's like so far the announcement is like 4 days in the lower 30s, and then like the 4th or 5th day it's like 38. It's like, that's still not super cold, guys. It's like, aren't we supposed to be getting stuff down in like the 20s or something, which might actually be the next week? It's like, bring it on. It's like, I like sleeping under a lot of blankets anyways. And did that the other night. Curled up in bed under my blankets and laid there for a minute, and it's like, okay, these aren't heavy enough. I need another blanket. Honestly, I need to look into getting me a weighted blanket. I would really like it if the polar vortex could bring us some snow. Right now it just looks like we're gonna get freezing rain. Like, I don't even need a ton of snow, just like a little bit of snow so it looks nice outside for a day. We'll get our big snow probably towards the end of January or the beginning of February. Oh, just what I needed. I didn't need that, but what can you do? Oh, nice. I'd imagine. I need to look them up, find me a nice one with a nice pattern on it. Because if I really, really want a lot of weight, I made my dad an Afghan a few years back and it weighs 17 pounds, so I could just fold it over a couple of times and lay under it. It's a made to fit a California king. Which is the biggest bed you can get other than an Alaskan king, I think. Or something, you know, like custom made. But it's so much fun. When I was making it, I had a point where I could, when I hit the point where I could sleep underneath it, I could fold it over in half, and it'd be folded twice and I could still lay under it. Then by the time it was finished, I could sleep under it folded over 4 times. And it cost, what was it, $20 or $30 to ship, I think? He only uses it though when it gets cold outside, because like I said, it is pretty heavy. And he's the kind of guy, he likes being able to stick his feet out from under the covers when he gets hot. So he doesn't like the end of his beds tucked in, or the ends of his blankets. So if I make his bed, it's one side of it's tucked in, and then the other side is just hanging loose. Really? There we go. Should check my candy real quick. How am I doing candy-wise? Yeah, I think I need to go sell some candy here in a moment. I don't think either. Okay, Bulbasaur was the new spawn in. Go sell this candy so I have space in my bag for more candy. Look, another Weedle. I didn't get something flying over my head this time. Usually I hop out and there's like a Charizard or a Dragonite or something above my head. What you doing, honey? Are you good? Nanab berries. I keep the nicer ones, but I don't use the regular ones. Not like I used the others. Thank you. You over there making noises? Uh-oh, you about to alligator roll on the bed? Huh? Oh, there's one. There's a dragonite. All's well. This silly girl. She wiggled herself around. Oh. Oh, are you gonna do it? Huh? Are you gonna wiggle? No? She's looking at me like, Mom, hush, so I go back to my nap. Hi, floppy ear. I have to make you mad in a day or two and put some antibiotic stuff in your ear. Clean them out so you don't get another yeast infection. Yeah. Well, she didn't alligator roll around the bed, but she did make herself more comfy again. Okay, hi Weedles. I'm getting a message from... okay, that's fine. I'll respond to her in a little while. I'm having one of those moments where I have lots of spawns over here. Had a point in time yesterday where everything was like a Weedle or a Kakuna. It was great. This gives me more Weedles to catch. Of course, all of them have the red and blue swirlies. Did you get hot, honey? She crawled up the bed earlier this morning and just plopped down beside me like, I'm sleeping here now. No, you don't get a say. Of course, woke up this morning to the cat curled up against my legs. They had me laying sideways in the bed. I'll wake up one day and they're gonna have me doing a contortion. And they'll be all twisted around or something from where they've moved me around in my sleep. Not that they haven't done it before. Stella's favorite game used to be snuggle with Mama and push her either up against the wall or to where I had this much space between me and the edge of the bed. So that if I rolled over, you know, I thought I was gonna fall, and I about did one night. So getting pinned against the wall was probably worse, because then I gotta crawl out of the bed from where she has me pinned down to like get up and go to the bathroom in the middle of the night. And they do that together on occasion. Stella will be on one side and Pin will be on the other. And from where they've scooted closer as the night goes on, they have my blankets practically tucked under into my sides and up underneath them, so I have like no slack. It's like, guys, I gotta go to the bathroom, but I can't move. Like, I love you both with all of my heart. Let me free! Alright, have a good dinner. And of course, when you do manage to free yourself from the tangle, they give you dirty looks for having gone out. Oh, Mother, we were asleep. We were snuggling. Mother, where are you going? And then, you know, by the time you get back, they've both decided that at least one of them wants to go out and go to the bathroom. And the other has decided it is time for a midnight run through the house. So I'll get my phone and I'll lay in bed for like 10 minutes playing on it until Stella decides she's ready to come back in. And then she's real good about either laying down on like the couch or in one of the chairs or just coming back to bed. But if the cat's in the right mindset, he gets the zoomies and it's just back and forth for like 30 minutes. And if I'm extra unlucky, he decides it's one of those evenings where he wants to try and climb all over the shelves. So I've got to get up 4 times to chase him down. Or he steps on my mouse. And for some reason, if you touch my computer mouse and the computer's not on, the mouse still turns on. I gotta half crawl under my desk to unplug it and plug it back in to turn it off. So I swear there are times I get up in the middle of the night and then just because of pet shenanigans I don't get to go back to sleep for like 45 minutes. But if it's anywhere around 6 o'clock, Dad's generally awake. And if Stella gets up and wants out, he'll do it. So it's like, yay, I get to lay in bed. I might not be asleep, but I get to lay in bed. That is a Caterpie. Why, I thought it was a Weedle. I don't know. I'm getting invaded by birds. There we go, much better. Alright. Then for some reason, the past 2 or 3 days, Pin has decided about stream time that he needs to come pester me for food when he has plenty of food in his bowl. But he needs me to come over here and shake it, Mom. I might be able to see the bottom of it. So I'll go over and I'll shake his food bowl, and it's like, yes, I've been fed. And it's like, you idiot, you've had food this entire time. Like, I give you enough food that unless you, like, spill a bunch of it on the floor, he has food the next day, unless he just has one of those evenings where he pigs out. Yes, I'm talking about you. We got a new couch, so we've rearranged the living room a little bit. Hi, Bubba. And, Dad has the couch sitting in front of the TV now. So he sits in it most of the time. But there's not really a place you can put the remotes and stuff, so I emptied just a little storage basket, just like one of the plastic ones that's Yeet to put the remotes in so the couch doesn't eat them. And Pin decided yesterday that he needed to lay in it. And he changed the TV channel on Dad in the middle of a movie. So I get called into the living room and it's like, what did he do? Like, we don't have this. And it's like, hold on, and hit press exit and leave the search thing he had going and get him back to the proper HDMI input. And it's like, there you go. Problem solved. Huh. Give me your paw. Hi. You little pest. You pain in my butt. You know that, you pain in my butt. Yeah. Makes you think you deserve any attention. Huh? When's the last time you caught a mouse? Well, come here, give me your chin. Huh. You good? Look, you can't push against my hand with a paw and expect me to scratch your head at the same time. It don't work that way. Not completely, at least. Oh. Excuse me. Eventually, maybe I'll set up the camera so they can see it when you come up here to perch next to me. I do it generally more often, but he also likes to sit up on the desk and lick his butt. And I figured you guys don't want to watch my cat lick himself. Clean his face or something, sure, but not when he's sitting there with the legs stretched out, you know, cleaning his legs or something. Oh, you actually gonna lay on your blanket? That's what it's there for. Here, see if we can get you a shot of you on your blanket. See? There he is. He's just always slightly out of frame. Other than when he walks by and you guys get to see his tail. Neither of you are the worm I need. Run into him and despawn him. You're not the worm I need neither. Ooh, excuse me. In all truth, a nap might be in order this afternoon. I took a pretty good one yesterday before stream, honestly. Just like sat in my chair and closed my eyes for about 45 minutes. Not this chair, the Papasan chair behind me. I've not yet attempted to sleep in this one, though I'm sure eventually one day it'll win me over. I want to say shiny by 200, the chain on the game, not the current count. Now, I'm not saying it'll be a shiny Weedle necessarily, but I want to guess a shiny by 200. Hopefully we get this today, and then tomorrow I can start working on Rattata and figuring out how exactly I want to do those hunts. Because there's a part of me that says hunt for shiny Rattata and then do the trade for shiny Alolan Rattata, then go back and do the hunt again for shiny Raticate. Or, well, the Rattata to evolve into Eradicate. And then repeat, just do that twice, you know, for both of them. And there's another part of me that's like, just hunt them both and then do the extras to trade. With both options are fairly viable. The general idea of keeping the trades two separate things and, you know, two separate individual hunts is simply that it'll give me however many Rattata I managed to catch in the first round to trade with, and then the leftovers and however many Rattata in the second round to trade with, so I don't end up with, say, like, I don't know, 350 Rattata, and I end up getting the first shiny at 310, leaving only 40 regular Rattata for me to trade for a second shiny. Which is kind of the option I'm leaning towards a little bit more and more. Dang it. Just because I guess it makes a bit more sense. Seems like it would make it a bit easier. So of course, after I get the shiny Weedle, I'm gonna go do some more resetting for fossils. Because my general idea for those is I would like 100-ish eggs. This is a Gen 1 game. You don't get eggs in this game. I would like generally 100-ish fossils for the Dome and the Helix to revive. And then because the old Amber has seems to have a lower spawn rate. I would like at least maybe 60 or 70 old amber. You know, just a decent number to sit there and click A through. But of course the Ammonite and Kabuto hunts are going to be split. I'll be doing one in this game, getting like the first forms, and then hunting the other two in Sword and Shield. Because they're huntable in those games. So, somewhere in the Crown Tundra, I don't quite remember where their section is right off the top of my head, but they're not hard to find. It's a Caterpie. You know how funny is it that both the first stage bug shiny are kind of yellow? Like Caterpie is more of a bright golden yellow, and Weedle's, I kind of want to say he's a lemonade color. But either way, both still yellow. Okay, nice. Let's keep up a Weedle chain for a little bit. Ah, I caught myself that time. I didn't throw the Pokeball. I hope we get new Pokeballs in Legend ZA. Like, I wouldn't strictly say no just to the general run-of-the-mill Pokeballs, but, new Pokeballs, please. Of course, I'd be happy with just new Pokeballs in general in any of the games. But the Jet Ball and the Gigaton Ball just seemed really, really fancy, like compared to what we'd gotten up to that point. In part because they were new. So like, guys, please, can we have more color options and stuff at least? Especially with, you know, the trend we have now of like, okay, other people have now of trying to do a good job matching like shiny Pokemon colors with Pokeballs. I can't say nothing. I catch 90% of my shinies in quick balls. I did go special for the Rayquaza though. I don't quite remember what Pokeballs I used to catch him, but I did use different Pokeballs. I didn't stick him in an Ultra Ball or a Luxury Ball. I think I put one in a Repeat Ball just because it kind of mimicked his color pattern a little bit. And then I don't remember what I caught the other one in. But honestly, if they wanted to add something that would let us change our Pokeball's colors, the perfect game to do it in would be Legend ZA, because it's Kalos, and that's where customization was first introduced. Was the Gen 6 games. Like, and I'm not saying do something wild and let us draw on our Pokeballs or something, though that would be kind of fun. Just let us change the top color of the Pokeball. And it's not even got to be like a dynamic color palette. Just give us just give us a general rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, blue, purple, pink, green. I feel like I'm forgetting a color, but that's... Oh, a gray. Give us brown, black. And we don't need a white, really, because we got Premier Balls. That would actually probably be something they could set to where it only did it in game. You know, that when you transferred your Pokemon to home or something, it just turned it back into a regular Pokeball. I mean, that the Hisuian Pokeballs turn into strange balls. I don't know, just think it'd be fun. Also, it irks me that we don't technically have a Pokeball of, like, every color yet. Like, we have a ton of Pokeballs and we have a few multicolored ones, but, like, we don't have a Pokeball that's mostly purple. We don't have one that's, like, mostly, brown or kind of tan. We have, what, 3 or 4 that are mostly blue. Then we have a couple of greens. We have at least one that is mostly black, the Luxury Ball. The Moon Ball's kind of mostly black. But let's say we don't have one that's gray, but I think Timer Balls gray? They're either gray or white. I don't quite remember. I think they're light gray. I'll feel dumb later. I'll look this up and they'll be like the darkest gray imaginable. Thought for half a second that Kakuna was shiny. I was gonna be like, no. But it's not. Thankfully. Actually, I'd like more Pokeballs than just general metallic colors. Give us a gold one or a silver one. Could they do gemstone colors? Make them look a little sparkly, maybe? I don't know how well that would go. Just, you know, a gold, a silver, a nice kind of platinum gray color, maybe? Or that kind of, what is it, the white gold? Those would probably be some sort of special Pokeball, though. Of course, it's all kind of funny because in the Pokemon manga, Pokeballs are clear. At least the top sections of them are. Of course, I always thought that was kind of neat because you get to see the get scenes in the manga where like trainers are showing each other people Pokemon, but they're like inside their Pokeballs. need no Pidgeys. Hate it when that happens. I don't know, maybe we'll get some new Pokeballs with Gen 10. Like I said, I'm not expecting anything just groundbreaking or anything. Just give us a color option. Give us color options. I'd love to have a Pokeball that was like a nice burgundy. Burgundy's such a nice color. I'd like one that would be like a darker green too, because we've got 2 or 3 that are like lighter greens. But I'd like one that would be like a nice dark hunter green. I need my Pokeballs to match my bedroom walls. Oh dang, she gave me a lot of pictures. Oh, that's not quite what I wanted, but okay, thank you. I needed a picture the other day of a very like specific bookcase in the library section of the academy in Paldea, and a friend in a Discord group took that as me needing just general pictures of the library itself in Paldea. So she sent me a bunch of pictures of the library, and it's like, well, the thought is well appreciated. It's also not exactly what I needed, which is fine. Because like I said yesterday, it turns out that for some reason you can't take selfies in the main area of the academy. Which makes no sense whatsoever. Got one of those little pieces of skin that's wanting to come off near my fingernail. I hate those. They're prime examples of let me catch on something and hurt. Hi, Pikachu. Don't need a Metapod. I thought something was beside him there for a second. There we go, there's me a Weedle. Watching a video the other day, just clips from like John Stone's streams, where he flubbed his words, so he'd say something and it sounded like he was saying something completely opposite of what he meant. And it was funny watching him realize, you know, what he said like 15 seconds later. He's like, guys, no. Guys, get your minds out of the gutter. No. It's like, you know what? Watching bigger YouTubers flub their words and stuff during a stream is like, makes you feel more comfortable about you doing it yourself, because it's a thing everybody does. Whenever that happens, I feel like the scene in the first or second season of, no, it's not the first season, it's second season of Doctor Who. Is one of the ones with the Slovene, where he traps the one in a loop and she's trying to run away and like teleport away but can't because he just keeps bringing her back. Need to rewatch some of Doctor Who. I'm perpetually behind in that show anyways. So at the end of the day, it probably doesn't much matter, but I need to go rewatch some of the old seasons. Used to be one of me and a friend's favorite things to do. Was once a year before, you know, the new season started on BBC, we'd go and rewatch the last 2 or 3 seasons. So we'd go get a bunch of snack food and stuff and just kind of hang out in her room and watch 2 or 3 days worth of Doctor Who. Play video games, mess around on computers. And we didn't have BBC at my house, so I spent a lot of weekends over at hers, and she'd be like, "Oh my god, you missed last weekend's episode," because I want to say they premiered on like Sunday. So like, "Come on, we'll catch you up." I got Amazon Prime. Got a free month when I got my first Kindle. One of the ones, you know, you could actually watch Prime on. And I think I spent the biggest majority of that month rewatching Doctor Who because they had the entire series on Amazon Prime then. I heard him. Oh, he's over here. But it was like 2 straight weeks of Doctor Who. Because there were like 8 or 9 seasons by that point. And my mom, when she'd gotten it for me, got a case and stuff for it so I could, you know, prop it up and watch it. It was nice. I had a big comfy chair I could sit in. Turn off the light in my bedroom. But mostly I think I watched it. It was Doctor Who. I think there were a couple movies I watched. I don't remember what. I watched the first 2 episodes of the first season of Sherlock. Or no, did I make it to season 2? Actually, I might have made it to like the 2nd episode of season 2 or something. And then of course it ran out, you know, before I could finish the season. And then I think I ended up watching the first episode of the first season of Sherlock when I could once. And never ended up finishing all of it. My poor little Kindle put in a lot of good work. put in a lot of Minecraft time. At least up until the point where it started having trouble getting the updates for Minecraft. And then I got a new tablet. And I think the tablet put in probably 5 times more Minecraft time. Because, I'd made friends with people who had realms. I spent a ton of time doing stuff there. I think the only other person on that game who had more time than me was the dude who lived in India. We hated him. I say that with affection. We affectionately hated him. He was the kind of person that he would not sleep. So when the Phantoms first came out, everybody's like, Tara, go to bed, please. Tara, please go to bed. And he wouldn't, because he was trying to catch one or two. I think he ended up with like 3 of them as pets up until they despawned. He was a good builder and stuff, though. He had an auto farm built for like skeletons, I want to say. We had a pretty good server. We had a glitch when he started a new one. Just for an update, because we'd explored so much of the old one. He was like, okay, I'll reset this so we can start fresh, get the new spawn stuff. And the Ender Dragon spawned into our spawn like twice. So we all ended up kind of moving. But it was nice. We had pathways going to different biomes and stuff through the nether, and we were making them all fancy, and we had a ice path that would take us down to a guardian farm. And we were working on one that went somewhere else. I don't quite remember where. But I was on enough, that people were like, hey, come see what we've built. Come see what we've done. Okay, I'm coming, hold on. And then we had a hiccup to where we lost, like, God, probably about half a week's worth of work. And people stopped playing as much. And I squished my tablet around that time. It got caught under a chair. So I wasn't able to play as much. And then I ended up getting it on my computer, and that just kind of killed me playing on my tablet. I do hop back in every once in a while, though, and I'm like, hey, look, I'm still alive, I promise. It's just playing the other version of Minecraft kind of gives me a headache. The way it looks is different. Good sir, would you move? Okay, actually sitting down works too. Just so long as I can see this Weedle. I'm still a member of the Discord and stuff. I poke my head in every once in a while. It's like, I'm still alive. Hi guys. I'm just busy doing other stuff. Fallen into the trap that is modded Minecraft. Must you? There are a dozen other places you can sit down and lick yourself. Okay, good. I gave up on it. It's like, ah! For half a second I was trying to catch it. Thank you. hate it when he does that. Sits down right in front of my TV and is like, "Hi, Mom, I'm gonna make you watch me wash my face." How am I doing on candy again? Okay, those are maxed out. Okay, none of those are shiny. Go sell candy again real fast. Hey, there's the Dragonite. Excuse me. I hate that they've cut this off to where you can't, like, go around the buildings here. Like, yes, it looks nice, but it is slightly annoying. Still think it's a little funny you only get like 10 what is it, poke? 10 money for every candy, no matter like what quality it is. You think they'd at least go up like 5 on each one, that way the large candies would be like 15 money and then the bigger ones would be 20. But nope, all of them are just 10. Hi, Dragonite. Oh, nice. There's one over here to start with. Excuse me. 162. Alright, I have 38 to see if I can manage a shiny. Which, I mean, it's all luck. But it would be kind of nice. Because that was my call earlier that I had a feeling I might get it by 200. No, whether or not I actually will, of course, we'll have to see. Watch it, Stella. He's getting dangerously close. You two might snuggle. That is one sad thing, is the cat would snuggle with Stella so much if she would let him, but she won't. Let's face it, she's very much the kid, the stop touching me kid. My sister brought her puppy over when she came to visit over the weekend. And he's used to being able to play rough because their other dog's a big what is he? Some sort of bulldog, like American bulldog mix or something. He's a big old dog, so he's used to being able to play rough, and Stella doesn't do rough. So needless to say, they had one interaction and then we kept them away from each other. Oh, she's probably gonna want out here in a moment. Really? Here we go. Was you thirsty, baby? Weedle? Nice, Weedle. Yeah, give me just a second. I'll come let you out. I know. I just wanted to catch him first. Alright, just a second, honey. I'm coming. Hold on. Whoop. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, right. She's outside sniffing and happy. Move my cord so I don't hang myself on the corner of my desk here. I've done it before. It kind of sucks. So I also can't say anything because I got my toe caught in my head cord once and yanked it out of the thing on my computer, the end that plugs into my computer. Thank God it wasn't plugged directly into my computer. I'd have probably broke them. But I had 20 seconds of, oh God, I've broken this. There's no way, you know, the things that go in my computer didn't just snap off. And I reached down and felt it. And it's like, oh right, there's an extra connection there. Hi, Weedle. I didn't actually quite mean to run into you, but you know what, that's fine. Oh, my baby's leveling up slowly but surely. Having one of those moments where I'm just getting all the worms again. Okay, new spawn in was not a Weedle. It's fine, because I've got at least 2 other Weedles after this one I can catch. Maybe. I can't guarantee one of them won't despawn. I was trying to be sneaky so I didn't have to run into him, but apparently that just wasn't gonna happen. Hey, Benny leveled up. Still find it kind of funny that my Sandslash is my next strongest Pokemon after my Ninetales. Oh. Sorry, Oddish. I wonder if the one dude who is doing the pink Pokemon shiny hunting has finished yet. I haven't seen any of his things in a bit, but I've not really been on Twitter either. I just remember thinking it was neat. They had the mod that recolored all the shinies pink. All these worms, and ain't one of them sparkly. Well, not in the way I need them to be. Alright, 25 to go. Okay, she's probably out there alligator rolling somewhere. She's gonna bring half the dead grass back in the house with her. One of her favorite things to do. I had a good laugh at my dad last night. He's sitting in his chair, turns his head and looks out the window and he goes, "Days are getting longer," and it's like, yeah, by like a minute every day. It's like it's gonna take 2 months for us to notice a big difference. Still kind of fun though. Excuse me. There's that sneeze from earlier. Excuse me. It is kind of fun to keep track of it though. There was a page on my my weather app on my phone that would keep up with, you know, the phase of the moon, what time the sun's coming up, what time it's setting and stuff, and it's kind of fun watching it go set a minute sooner every day, and then you'd get a random day where it's set 2 or 3 minutes sooner, and of course I'm always doing it the opposite way. It's like, come on, winter day's gonna get shorter. I'm tired of it being dark at 8 o'clock. I think a happy compromise for dark time would be 7 in winter, maybe 6:30, and like sometime between 7:30 and 8 in summer. Excuse me. Ugh, I sneeze again. I'm gonna have to go blow my nose. Trying to keep an eye out for my pooch. Of course, it's not too bad today. It's a little cool, but it's not very windy, so it's not like cold cold. I feel like I'm gonna have to sneeze again. Ooh, alright, let me go, blow my nose real fast, guys. Maybe that'll help. Ah! There we go. Much better. And Stella's in and got her treat. And I was right, she went outside so she could go roll and bring half of it in with her. Alright, 18 to go. Oh. You gonna lay in your bed for a bit, baby? Should probably take your blanket out and refluff it and stuff for you, shouldn't I? Hi. What? What? What is it, huh? We'll go in a bit. We've still got a little bit before it hits the, well, it's probably about as warm out now as it's gonna get all day, but I generally try to take her on a WALK a little after 3 in the colder months. We go early during summer in an attempt to beat the rest of the day heat. It's usually still pretty warm out, but it's generally not as humid. And then when it's cold outside, we try to go during the warmer part of the day. Don't always succeed, but I do try. Sometimes it just depends on when I have my sneakers on, because she associates my sneakers with going out. Even if I'm going to, like, just running to the store or I'm going to work or something, it's like, oh, Mom has shoes on. Also, Fashion Week is almost here again, which means Pokemon Go is about to get invaded by Furfuru. That corner's probably not too comfy, is it? I just kind of tossed that blanket over my bed the other night. I didn't really take a chance to tuck it in all that much. Wiggly dude. Come on, I just need one more. Shiny, that is. I just need the Weedle. I'm gonna laugh if this somehow ends up being like my most I know the word I want to say, but I know I can't pronounce it at the moment. My most problematic hunt of Viridian Forest. There we go. Yeah. Hi, Caterpie. Oh, well, it was kind enough to spit another Weedle out for us, so I can't complain too much about that. Okay, 10 more. Watch my hunch be wrong and I just won't get a shiny till 400. Of course, to be fair, I'm not at odds for this chain yet. odds, if you don't count the 31 catches it takes to get to the, you know, the 1 in 300 whatever chance, would put you at, you would need, what, 320 odd encounters? And that surely isn't a shiny Weedle. You are not the thing I need. You are, but you're not the right color. Little spot of discoloration on my mat, as if my mat probably doesn't need a good clean either way. You know, I cleaned my other mouse pad with just Dawn soap and water and a toothbrush. I'm gonna have to see if there's any specific way to clean these. Because I feel like if I Dawn soap to this one, it would come apart. It probably wouldn't. But there's probably a proper procedure to it. My other mouse pad was literally just one of those, like, $3 ones you get at, like, the dollar store or something. You know, the blue ones. The generic blue mouse pads. About to make a comment about maybe needing a new one, but I don't need to be one of those people who have 15 different mats to go under their mouse and keyboard. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's cool if you can afford it. I mean, I've seen a couple different YouTubers, you know, swap out their mats and stuff for like holidays. I'm not mistaken, Agent V, or either her or Glitch, had like a ghost one for Halloween they put out. I think it was Agent V. And then I follow this kind of gamer aesthetics person on Blue Sky named Ash, who has like a bazillion and one different mats to go under their keyboard and mouse, and they're changing it and like their computer wallpaper and their keyboards and everything like every 3 days, and it's like, how do you do this? Like, sure, I change my wallpaper and stuff if I don't really like it, but it also, like, I can very happily go with the same wallpaper for like 6 months. Like, Paldea was my wallpaper after we got the good Paldea map. Up until... I think I changed it afterwards to one of the DLC images. The one for... Indigo Disc, I think? And then before that, it had been the Hisui map. Then before it was the Hisui map, it was the this new Sinnoh map they put out. And then of course it was Galar for a while. I like maps as my background. Like, I'm eagerly awaiting the Kalos map for Legend ZA so I can make it my wallpaper. But I've had right now it's a picture of my Tiny Glade on, from Tiny Glade. I've had it the Slitherwing art from, like, the Pokemon Center. And then, on occasion, I've had it Pokemon Snap pictures. And once or twice, I've had it rotating through my Pokemon Snap pictures. For a little bit, it was, Deerling on one side of my, on one monitor, and then Sawsbuck on the other. Okay, I looked at that one earlier. I don't know what that one's for. Oop. I didn't do anything when I did hit that button. Aha! 200 and still no shiny. I have no idea how much I would have died if that had been a shiny Kakuna. Oh, someone has Gundams, I think. Neat. I only watched like a series and a half of Gundam. I like the, was it Gundam Global? Where it was the, something to do with the certain characters having card deck marks on their hands, and it was some sort of like world tournament. But I watched that one, and then I watched a little bit of the one that came next, where they all looked like frickin' Legos. And it was just literally the Gundams were just like alive robots, and they had the samurai dude who had like the horse and whatnot. I think I watched the first, probably, I can't say months worth of episodes, but I watched the first probably 10 or 15 of them. I don't need Kakuna. I need Weedle. Psh. Hi, Caterpie. I'm proud of myself. I've actually managed to stay fairly on point with keeping track of numbers today. Oh, hey, Aerodactyl leveled up. I was 03, so I'm like 2 behind. This hunt. I can't even say this hunt is taking forever because I've had 2 other hunts take longer. No, I take that back. I've had 3 other hunts take longer. That was the Pidgeys and one of the Caterpies. Actually, no, that might have been 4. It might have been 2 of the Caterpies. Okay, there's me another Weedle. Aren't you two just comfy? Silly. You silly things. I'd call them silly dogs, but Pin's not a dog. But I don't need a Bulbasaur, I need a Weedle. God, now I have the sudden desire to nickname the shiny one Weevil. Frickin' Yu-Gi-Oh! Here we go. Much better. Oh, I'm almost to 400. Lovely. Frickin' birds. Go away. He's spotting this Bulbasaur. See if we get another Bulbasaur to take its place. Oh hey, no, we actually got a Weedle. Okay, that works. Oh, that's not... Did not ask for you. Boy, I'm gonna hate the Chansey when they start showing up. And the funny thing is, though, I get through like almost half of my list before I have to deal with that. Okay, maybe not quite half my list, but close to it. I can't exactly say 7 more Pokemon is half of the 30 I need. I am still happy though that I hunted like Abra and stuff in Legends Arceus. I got the one I needed and then proceeded to miss like every other shiny Abra except for 2 of them. Thought he was shiny for half a second. It's like, no. Thankfully, he's not. Yep, Weedle. Get my ball thrown at him. knocking it away. The audacity. No, go away, Pidgey. Go away, Purr. I have not needed you for a couple of weeks now. Keep it up. I want this next one to be shiny so I can stop. Come on, I need shiny Weedle. I might not quite hit odds today, but I should actually get pretty close. It depends on the spawn rate over the next 30-40 minutes. Despawn these guys. The dumbest memory pop into my head. When Gen 7 was announced, and you know, we first started getting information and stuff for it, I didn't have a phone that had data on it, and we didn't have Wi-Fi at the house, so I would borrow like my sister's phone or her boyfriend's phone to check Cerebi to see if we'd got any new Pokemon, and if we had, I'd take a picture of it on my tablet, which actually worked really well, just so I could like keep track of what they'd released, and I could show my niece what new Pokemon we were expecting. And of course, by the time it came out, I had a phone of my own and data and whatnot, so it was all good. But But it's so funny though, because I don't know, I started keeping track of new Pokemon with Gen 5, I think it was. That was the first generation where I'd had like consistently had a internet and like a home computer I could keep up with it on, which at that point I think I had a laptop. Like every time we'd get a new picture and stuff, I'd save it. I don't do that so much now, but I did then. They released so many Pokemon before Generation 5 was released. Of course, to be fair, there was 150 new Pokemon. I want them to do that again so bad. Please give us a kind of hard reset. 150 new Pokemon, any old Pokemon that aren't like pre-evolutions or evolutions if they wanted to give us some new evolutions and babies. Only old Pokemon other than those be ones that are getting either convergent forms, which would be an entirely new Pokemon, or regional forms. I think that'd be a fun way to do it. Probably annoy part of the fandom, but part of the fandom's always annoyed about something. But I would love a just completely, more or less, no old Pokemon except for like a select few region maybe. Because I know Pokemon games generally have about 400 Pokemon in them consistently now, until the DLCs. But it would be nice to get a good bit over 100 new Pokemon again. I mean, Gen 1 was, of course, 151 later, 152 when they added Togepi. Gen 2 added 100 new Pokemon. Gen 3 was, I don't remember how many in Gen 3, but I want to say it was over 100. And then Gen 4 it was less than. And then Gen 5 we got 150. Then from Gen 6 onwards, I want to say we've been more or less fairly steadily under 100 every generation. I don't think Gen 9 had 100, but I think it came close. I remember being kind of sad that Alola and Kalos only had like 60 or 70 new Pokemon, which is fine, you know. In the end, it's still a good bit of Pokemon, but it's like more new Pokemon, and some of that they made up with like the Mega Forms and not so much the Z moves, but the Gigantamax forms. Us getting Convergence in this in Gen 9. And dude, if you wanted to make like 25, 30 just regional forms, I wouldn't say no. Because regional forms do make sense, you know, that Pokemon would adapt to different climates and stuff being imported to like different areas. So it doesn't make sense that every single Meowth on, what is it, 1, 2, 3, like 4 different continents at least stayed the same. So let's take a break in giving Meowth regional forms for a bit and give it to a different Pokemon. Nothing wrong with the regional forms it does have. But let's give a different cat a regional form. I was about to say I'd kill for a regional Arcanine, but we have a regional Arcanine. So I don't know if the Hisuians can really count as regional forms, or if they would be more, past forms that either went extinct or are like extremely rare now. I know why they're not in the modern day games, but it's kind of fun to think about. Of course, you do have Cleaver spawning in the Blueberry Academy. So that's an evolution. That's an evolution. I don't know. It's fun to think about sometimes. Because like Hisuian Zorua and Zoroark, I could totally see being one of those extremely rare Pokemon, both because of its skill with illusion and the fact that it's like Snowbell grew more populated. They probably migrated further and further into the mountains where it was more and more dangerous for regular trainers to go. And it's a little bit implied that Hisuian Arcanine probably lives in volcanic regions, so I imagine in time that other than like the ones there to be the Lord and like, you know, the one little Lord's companion, I imagine they probably reside more on like Stark Island than they did on the coastlands. And I'm not saying there probably wouldn't be any, they just wouldn't have as big a population because it wouldn't be the environment they were suited to. Also, I'm curious about that volcano and how close it is to the shore. I don't know if that's intended to be Stark Mountain or not. Probably not, considering how small the island is. Because I have kind of a personal headcanon that cave is actually where, like, the Pokemon League would probably be in Sinnoh. But even then, that's not, you know, 100% accurate. That is the one thing about Legends that drives me crazy, is that you can now straight up pinpoint where like every town and stuff would be. You can make a guess, but like the only place there you could probably guess that, okay, right here, this is where Sunny Shore City is, and that's at the one part in the Cobalt Coastlands that look like the hand. Just like you guys gave us a game set in the past, but now I want to know what happened in, you know, the next 150 years to change some of the shape and stuff of the region. Because the place where you find Giratina is a temple now in the game. Unless he's just distorted it with his power, which would make sense. But it's also no longer like up and hidden in the, I don't know, the tiny volcano, whatever that would be considered. There's a proper name for it, I'm just not thinking of it at the moment. Like, okay, this is a big volcano, but this is too small to be Stark Island. Or whatever the island the dark volcano is on is called. The survival area or whatever. Like, so this can't be this. This has got to be either a separate one we just don't see in the game in Diamond and Pearl, or something happened, it erupted and like the island sank. Which happens to volcanoes, but they got to be like really, really old first. But of course, I also have that problem with like Snowbell. Is it Snowbell? No. Yes. The town up in north, where the Reggie Gigas temple is. I have problems with it because in the game it is clearly connected to a harbor that goes out to sea, and there's no spot in the area we get to see where you can get to a harbor that would go out to sea. It is all surrounded by mountains. But I guess it's possible to assume that they carved out a tunnel. But it's one of those things, it's like these maps are not lining up in my head, no matter which way I turn them. Of course, I imagine it was more them trying to hit as many spots in, as they could to make your brain go, oh, I know where this is going to be in 150 years. But yes, it slightly annoys me that the Legends Arceus map is not game accurate. Or maybe it's the other way around and that Diamond and Pearl aren't accurate to the... You guys know what I'm saying. But it's like, I need a Gen 4 modern day remake now where we get everything situated to this map so I can compare them. Because even then, like, some of the spots you know where towns would be don't match up either. Like, what is it? Floroma Town? Wouldn't be in the spot where it's at because it's too close to the one lake. It should be up above and, like, on a hill or something because you have to go through the cave and climb up to get to it. And don't even get me started on Jubilife City's placement. Or Jubilife Village's placement. Of course, it's also entirely possible that city shifted, like, direction as time went on. But it's like, yeah. Your map does not match up in my head and I hate it. Of course, part of this is also probably just the camps. Because the camps make it seem like instead of the Obsidian Filled Lands probably being under Jubilife Village where it should be, it makes it seem like it's to the right of it. And under because you don't really get a cohesive thing there. I don't know. Maybe this is why they're supposedly keeping a big portion of Legend ZA in Lumiose City. I still don't think it's going to be set completely in Lumiose City. I think we're going to have little areas where they want to expand where they'll send us out to. I could be wrong. Like I said, we haven't had any news since last year, so all we have to go on is rumor and what little information we do have. Like the debate on whether or not it's going to be a game set in the past or a game set in the future. Which still seems equally likely to be about 50-50 at this point. Though a part of me still thinks that it is us in Lumiose City's past and they are working on upgrading it to what it would be in X and Y. But there's no telling that for certain. This is also me going on the first trailer, starting out as the sketches, the drawings, and then having that little moment, and then it turns into the futuristic lines and outlines and stuff. You know, here's Lumio City now, here's what we want to turn it into. Because there are points and places that if Lumio City, if they were expanding it outwards to make it bigger, it would collide with other towns. Because the town where the first gym is not that far away from Lumio City. I mean, it probably technically is, but there's only that one little, like, garden area section between it and the first town. I don't remember my Kalos towns well enough to remember the name of that first town. I don't even remember the name of the place you start off in. And then there's one of the exits out into the desert. Which, yeah, okay, I could see, sure. Then you have one that exits out into swamp. And I think there's a snow one too with a town not too far from it. I can't exactly get my copy of X in check though because I lent it out and I still haven't got it back yet. So yeah, suspense is still killing me. I'm still ready for a trailer like tomorrow. You know, don't rush the game. I just want a trailer. Like, please give us that, or actually give us a piece of concept art. I like that too. Concept art can be just as fun to theorize over as trailers can be. I can remember the Scarlet and Violet announcement trailer where you entered the room and it was all the little hints for stuff to come in the game, the treasure chest, the sandwiches, you know, the shields or whatever with the oranges and the grapes on them. There's half a dozen other things too, and all the bigger YouTubers going through and going, oh, well, here's this. Maybe this has something to do with this. Maybe this has something to do with this. Austin John, I think, made a joke about the sandwiches making him hungry. But even art's fun to poke and prod and look over. But it will be nice to hopefully get back to their regular promotional schedule this year. However they end up doing it for, you know, the game's release date. Because I feel like we should probably be past the 30-second first glimpse of the game. You know, where they show off the trailer running around a little bit and maybe one or two old Pokemon, but mostly they're just showing areas. I feel like we should almost be to the point where we get a second, you know, longer, like, minute trailer. Would one of you be shiny? Preferably this worm. But we still gotta wait a couple months. Well, a little under 2 months. What day is Pokemon Day this year? I don't even remember what day it was last year. It was like a Monday last year, wasn't it? Monday or Tuesday? Is it gonna be a Wednesday this year? Do I get to react to it on my day off? see, January. February 27th. It's on a Thursday. Wait, is Pokemon Day the 27th or the 26th? I don't remember exactly, and that's actually kind of annoying. Pokemon Day. 27th. Okay, so it is a Thursday this year. Oh, excuse me. I've had partial hiccups like all morning. Should learn how to set up a timer so I could have a timer going on my thing. No. Should be nice though. We should be getting the Paradox raids again next month. Seems to be their thing. They do it around Pokemon Day, and then they do it around Worlds. Or maybe in the summer. I don't quite remember how many times they did it last year. No, I want to say they did another round around... No? I think it was... I know they did it twice last year. I just don't remember the days. Or the general time period. I know they, like I said, they did it around Pokemon Day. But I can't remember when they did the second round. Both of you were swirly, at least. Ooh, footages. You two are so silly. Your babies all stretched out across the bed. Ooh, Ada leveled up. Good job, Ada. Can I have a Weedle after this one? Oh, whoops, I think I just counted 2 instead of 1. No, I was right. Okay. Show me a Weedle. Okay, there's 2 Weedles. Neither shiny, but I'll take it. Can't continue the chain without more. Uh-oh, he's back at it. Can you hear him? Oh, thank God he wasn't shiny. I'd have cried if I got my 3rd shiny Kakuna in a row. Actually, no, it wouldn't have been in a row, because there was a Caterpie between the Kakuna. I just forgot about it. 275. I might make it to 275. Maybe 280. Can I have my next spawn in? The Caterpie I couldn't see because it's in that one clump of grass. Tiny baby. Sorry, I don't need a tiny baby. Well, I do, but just not a tiny Bulbasaur. Couldn't tell what the Oddish was there for a second. Actually, I'd kind of love to see regional forms of Oddish that are more or less Oddish but different, like, grass and leaf variations. Another Weedle. Oh, there's 450 of them encountered so far. A reminder that is all together. That is the chain I had started yesterday and broke catching a Pidgey, and the chain I started yesterday before end of stream and have continued into this one. There's another little guy. Double emphasis on the little this time. He's tiny. Of course, to be fair, he's a worm. And worms are tiny. Alright, 260. You know what? You know what? At least it wasn't shiny. Don't need another one of those. There we go. That's what I need. Aha! Shall we catch him? Hey, we got him. More birds. Oh. OG Ranch. Alright, let's see if the next 15-ish minutes will bring me any luck. I would not mind a last minute shiny at all. In which games? Because shiny hunting methods vary between Pokemon games. Do you need them for Let's Go? Do you need it for Scarlet and Violet? Legends Arceus? Sword. Okay. Breeding? Get yourself a foreign Ditto, and it will help increase your odds. To about, if you have the shiny charm, I think odds is 1 in about, what is it, 514? I always round that up to like 1 in 600, because that happens on occasion. It's not guaranteed. You can always go over odds. You can... Well, having the shiny charm in general helps. There is a hunting method there that involves, I guess, encountering and defeating so many Pokemon, and the more of a species you encounter and defeat, the better your... if you... Generally, to get a foreign Ditto, you have to trade for a foreign Ditto. So you could probably get a foreign Ditto from Pokemon Home, yes. So long as it's from somewhere other than your country of origin. That's a good way to breed for them. But if you live in America and you have an American Ditto, then your odds are just regular breeding shiny odds for if you have the shiny charm or if you don't have the shiny charm. And Ditto's just generally easier to do other than trying to get a foreign Pokemon of anything you'd want to breed. I'd say you could probably try the GTS. There might be people looking to trade some there. But I haven't checked the GTS for foreign Ditto before. Sometimes... Yeah, Japanese, most of my foreign Ditto tend to be French. Japanese, Chinese, French, one from, like, a Spanish one probably works. An Italian one would be okay, you know, just somewhere so long as its origins isn't your home country. Dynamax Adventures are a good way to shiny hunt. Better if you have the shiny charm, because there's, what is it, a 1 in 100 chance of getting a shiny if you have the shiny charm in Dynamax Adventures? If I'm not mistaken. And then there is the, like I said, the encounter method, which I have not tried before, which increases the chances of one of the Pokemon with the yellow auras around it being shiny. Nope. Well, so long as you can breed it, you can't like breed a Zapdos and a Ditto and get a Zapdos. It has to be something that can lay eggs. But if you're wanting to do starter Pokemon or something, or a Applin or anything, any general Pokemon you can catch other than like what, Silvally and a couple of other rare occurrences, yeah, you can breed it. You know, it don't generally matter what the Pokemon is. The other Pokemon can be from your game. Having 2 foreign Pokemon, I don't think increases odds any more than just having 1 foreign Pokemon. I could be wrong there, but I've never, like, tested it out. Dynamax Adventures are in the DLC, yes. Can I have another Weedle, please? But other than breeding and then doing the encounters, which like I said, I have not done myself before, that's about your only options. Yep, and Shiny Charm, of course. You're welcome. I start hunting in Sword and Shield after I finish in Let's Go, and then I have a smattering of Pokemon to hunt in Brilliant Diamond before I make it to that game. So I'll be hunting in it, I want to say hopefully by April, maybe May at the latest, assuming that, oh, thank you, assuming of course, you know, this also depends on when Legends CA comes out. Yes, I'm happy to help where and when I can. I can't always guarantee that I'm going to know what you need, but if you're looking for a good series of guides to follow, Austin John Plays is pretty good. He's nice to watch. He has a bunch of different playlists for, well, every Pokemon game that's come out since Sun and Moon, I think. So all the Switch ones. He's who I watch when a new Pokemon game comes out, whether I need the advice or not. Let's see if you'll get a DJ G-Rave. He takes a couple minutes when he works. I have an alert for YouTube subs, but it doesn't always like to kick on. My Twitch one does, but YouTube doesn't always. Oh, have fun. And good luck. I mean, with some perseverance, you'll get it. But boy, it seems like it can take a long time sometimes. I, finally finished all my shiny hunting in Legends Arceus in, what was it, November? It managed to do an entire Alpha Dex, which was an experience. Because getting the distortion alphas isn't always fun. But oh yeah, good luck. And also, do not forget that if you have Pokemon Home, they are starting to do rewards for transferring one of every Pokemon from well, all the games right now. They're starting to do rewards for that. So if you transfer one of like every Pokedex Pokemon into from from Scarlet and Violet, you will get a shiny Melanetia for that. And also completing the base a living my ability to talk has gone out the window apparently. Completing the Pokedex in Home up to Gen, what is it, 8 I think, will get you the alternate color of Magernia, which is apparently a form and not actually its shiny. A lot? Hey, what you need? I don't reckon. I figure we're doing leftover ribs and another batch of home fries. So I do believe we're good. I'm gonna guess 10 because that's about how many Bidoof I got in Legends Arceus. Alright, we'll do 2 more. Oh, dang, 25, nice. Now, I went and caught 20-something Hisuian Voltorb when they were doing the Voltorb event in Scarlet and Violet last year. Of course, that was kind of just for fun. There was me watching a movie with friends, and it's like, I'm gonna shiny hunt these during the entire movie, so in like an hour and a half or 2 hours-ish, however long Final Fantasy VII Advent Children Complete is, I got 20-something shiny Hisuian Voltorbs. I don't want you. Oh, nice. The shiny Tatsugiri forms are actually pretty good. What? You're not starved. It's not dinner time yet. I shook your bowl earlier. I completed all my shiny catching in Scarlet and Violet in like August or September, I think. So I've actually finished that one. And now I'm doing Let's Go. Sorry, I don't give my friend code out to people over stream. It's nothing against other people, it's just something I don't do. Like, now, if/when I eventually get a Discord server up, I will more than likely have my friend code up there and people can add me. But until then, I don't hand it out over stream. Yes, Bubba, hi. Yes, I know. You're just dying for attention. Oh, you want me to open curtain some? There you go. Can you see outside now? But the Discord is a 500 sub goal. And we're 70... What was I, 338, I think, now? So we're getting there, slowly but surely. We'll do it sometime, hopefully this year. But it's just not happened yet. Alright guys, I am at 275. I need to go walk the dog, because it is that time of day. She gets walked after I stream. And before it starts getting kind of dark and cooler out. So you guys have a good day. I will be back tomorrow hunting more Weedle. I was hoping this would take like 2 days at most, but apparently it's going to take a little longer. So hopefully I will see you guys next time. I hope the rest of your day goes good.